You can't make a statement like that when you just got done saying, what'd you say right now?
I told him I don't like June bugs.
You've always liked June bugs.
I hate them.
No, see, you can't do that. One June bug's in here flying around, all of a sudden you hate June bugs, and you've always liked June bugs.
I don't like June bugs. I don't like their damn, their nasty little hands.
What?
They're grabbers. They grab on like grasshoppers. I can't do grasshoppers either. June bugs freak me out. So do grasshoppers.
When did this begin? You've always liked June bugs.
No.
I mean, wow, this is bad. This is a whole new level of diva right here.
You're gonna need the elbow pad.
Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning into once again another Wolf Tick Videos episode. On today's episode, guys, we are going old school. We're taking it back.
Did somebody
years.
I think somebody just said something in the comments wanting an update.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a GT Aggressor Pro update and
Budget
some maintenance. Yeah, budget upgrades update. That's been a minute since we've said that. We're going to be doing, there's some stuff that this bike has got to get maintained so we can break it out this weekend. We're going to do some riding, and we'll probably just give you guys a little once-over and a real-time review while we're riding it. I'm super excited about it, so I pulled it out, and it needs a little bit of love. But before we get to that, we also want to say that we are going to be going also a little bit more old school, and we're going to be doing a what segment. This is an old school segment. Been a minute since we've done it.
We've been threatening to bring it back for a little while, and people have been asking for it. So I hope the viewerships and the thumbs up reflect that. We're bringing back Viewers Rides.
Viewers Rides, baby. It's a heck of a segment. We've got some really cool rides on today's episode.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, we've got some bikes that we have. We've got some bikes that we've never seen before, and some people we've never met before.
You threw me off. I thought you were talking about we're going to feature some of our own bikes.
No.
People that have bikes that are
that
same
we own. There's some inspiring rides out there.
Catch up.
So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. Let's wheel this GT Aggressor Pro on this bike stand, and let's talk about it. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of maintenance. And if you can see back here, we've got some sealant. We've got some rim tape.
It's never good when there's
We've got some jockey wheels. Yeah, we're fixing to get down on this bike.
All right, we'll sealing on the bench, sealing on the floor.
It's going to be bad, but we're going to get this bike tip-top shape. We're going to be riding it this weekend. All right, guys, here she is, the GT Aggressor Pro. Oh my gosh.
In all of its glory.
Man, in all of its glory, this is the first bike that we ever had on this channel, right?
The bike that built this channel.
This is the bike that built this channel. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if do they sell brand new GTs anywhere anymore?
I don't know. We bought that one. Was it last year before last?
Yeah, and then
it was.
Dick's Sporting Goods was like, "Hey, we're done with GT. Well, let's bring in Mongoose and let's do a little deal with them."
Mongoose has been great too, but at the same time, it just GT is always going to have that play. We've said this a million times. I'm going to say it again. There's one thing that's unforgivable on that bike. Only one thing that's completely unforgivable. The head tube.
Yeah.
Other
34
than that,
to 34, guys.
Everything else about that bike, I can compromise. I can deal with. I can do it. The head tube is unforgivable.
Yeah.
That's it.
So let's talk about this bike and let's talk about some things we're going to be doing to it, okay? This, of course, is the medium GT Aggressor Pro. Wolfman already said it. The big downside, it's like GT never wanted to, at least with their floor model, they never wanted to like upgrade geometry. They never wanted to upgrade the head tube. It's just, it is what it is. It's a damn strong frame.
Yeah, it's just outdated.
It's outdated. I have taken this bike. I've crashed. I've done everything with this bike. The opener, that accident was at Mount Nebo. I flew off of this thing.
Somebody was asking about that, what you were talking about in that one, talking about need to get the elbow pads.
Oh, well, Wolfman on that intro, if you guys want to go back, Wolfman at the top of the mountain told me, hey, you need to take your elbow pads. You need to take your elbow pads.
Knee pads, elbow pads.
I was riding with somebody, and we were riding, and he took the churn. I didn't know there was a churn. I hit my front wheel, it tacoed it. I flew off, and my elbows were just all bloody. And he was like, oh, your elbow's okay? I was like, shh. I said, yeah, I should have brought the elbow pads, you know. Should have brought the elbow pads. So anyway, that was the intro on that. Sorry about the frogs and all that crap in the background. It's nasty right now, frogs, man. So GT Aggressor Pro, I love this bike. Medium frame. We've got the Raceface 35 bars up here. I think they're the Chester bar, I think that's right. 35 box, 35 millimeter clamp, red like a 40 millimeter stem on this thing. Raceface half Nelson grips. I'm a thin grip man. This is where I really started to fall in love with grips.
You know what else you are? You're a lose your damn bar ends man too.
Yeah, they're always gone on these bikes. We have got the Shimano MT420 hydraulic 4-piston brakes. These are on or off. Okay, these brakes here are completely on or off. If you want a super strong bike or a super strong brake, maybe you got a nasty heavy bike, these are probably the brakes, because Wolfman rode this bike one time and just about went over the bars after he hit the front brake. You remember that? You were betting them in.
I was betting them in. They weren't even fully grabby yet, and I almost went over.
Yeah, we've got Clark's. I'm a massive fan, big fan of Clark rotors and their brakes. We also have done the video with their 4-piston brakes. Clark 180 millimeter front and back rotors. Those things are tested and proven. They're not loud. They haven't warped over all this time. Super tough rotor on this thing. Okay, we have got the group set is going to be a microshift Acolyte. This is the 12 to 46 tooth. You can get the Acolyte in a 12 to 42 tooth, which a lot of guys will sub out for because they'll usually go that one because it's a lot easier to kind of dial in. The 46 tooth, the B tensioner has got to be cranked all the way down, and that's like a known thing. Like, you know, with the bike world now, ever since we kind of brought this group set to life and everybody's kind of started believing in it, to light, and everybody kind of started believing it and getting it. We had so many viewers that have this group set and they love it. And then as soon as we go to the 46 tooth, they're like, dude, it's super hard to tune.
I'm going to back that up just a little. I want to throw out there, you're talking about those rotors been on there forever and all that stuff. Been great. I also want to add that they've had every kind of brake pad put through them. They've had centered, semi-metallic, organic, and they're still fine.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the Clarks are really good stuff. Anyway, and anything on this bike, guys, let's try to find some affiliate links. We can put those in the description below if you guys want to get your hands on it. Now, the Acolyte, we will be doing some work on it today. Old Chuck, one of our patrons, he sent us some pulleys, some jockey wheels. They're aluminum jockey wheels, and we're going to be installing those because it is official. This is the oldest Acolyte that we have on the channel with a little life of over 4 years.
Yeah, I believe if I looked at it correctly, we're coming up on 5 years.
Coming up on 5 years on this Acolyte. So this thing, just like the bike, it was put on there, and then we started getting to other bikes, doing other group sets. And although this bike has had multiple group sets put on it, this one has been the longest reigning group set that stayed on a bike, I think. That just hasn't been stock on a bike that we bought.
And something else I wanted to address real quick when we're talking about all that stuff is I think somebody thinks that we don't ride the bikes. The bikes get ridden and they don't just get reviewed and then put away. Some don't get ridden very often. In other ones, this is one that's been rode a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You can see the wear and tear. So that's going to be an 8-speed. It's a 1x8. Okay. The crankset on this is a good old fashioned Ixf Crankset, classic crankset with a 30-tooth oval Decus chainring. All right, and this was really interesting when we first installed this because we were like, well, do we just keep it red? And we're like, well, that's the only we can get our hands on at the time, so we kept it red. I got a red stem. Like, this bike is totally not matching. It's all over the place.
We had planned to paint it originally, and then it became sort of, iconic for a little channel, and everyone recognized it. Everybody and they're like, dude, everyone knows that now. I wouldn't change it. So then we just decided
we'd take this bike out to the, we get recognized a lot.
Dude, that bike comes out, trails, everybody gravitates.
But when this bike comes out, everybody goes, oh my gosh, it's like an old, like everybody knows this bike is like an old friend almost. So it's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the wheel set. The wheel set is just the Altera wheel set. I don't know. I think the rim width is like 18 or 19?
19.
I think it's 19.
19 millimeter.
It's originally drilled out for Presta, which is a little interesting, and not Schrader. So we did go budget tubeless with this thing. As you can see back here in the back tire, we just got to put some air in it, but it's still held up after that episode. The front, on the other hand, it's completely flat, so we're going to have to retape that thing, and that's why we got some tape and sealant. We'll try to figure that out. If
Do you
we
know
can't,
why
we'll still tube in it.
We still have the Altera rims on there?
Yeah, because when we bought this bike, GT or Dick's Sporting Goods, they were doing a bike program where you paid, was that I think an additional $80 or something like that? You paid an additional price and you got 3 years of warranty. And the woman and the guy multiple times says, look, if you bend, break anything with this bike, so we're going to be doing upgrades. I said, if you break anything that originally came on this bike, GT will replace it because you paid for it. And buddy, this is like the third wheel set on this thing because I bent these wheels something awful.
It was worth every penny.
Every penny.
This is literally, I think, the third, if not fourth, wheel set.
Yeah, this bike, like I said, guys, this is like, yeah, it's a crazy wheel set. But yeah, so the wheel set, that's the original wheel set. The tires are one of my favorite tires of all time. I think they're the highest scoring tires when we're doing the tire test episodes. These are the Goodyear Escape, the ultimate tubeless compatible dynamic RT 27.5 by 2.6 inch tires.
We were the ones that brought those to light as well. And when we first bought those, they were like $28 or something.
Super budget. I remember when you got these.
Everybody freaked out and bought them up, and then they were hard to find. Then the prices they came out again. The prices doubled. It was crazy.
I think it was a drunken eBay. The pedals are a Raceface Chester, so the bar is not Chester, but the Raceface Chester pedals, which really I thought. I mean, look at this. They're not really broke in. You know, they're like. What's weird is these are some old pedals, but they've never really gotten to just where you can
loose.
Yeah, they've never really gotten loose. They're not like.
I'm gonna say if they're not broke in, they're not getting broke in.
Yeah, they're just not getting broke in. So I don't know if anybody's ever done a long-term review.
Pedals a ton
I don't know if anybody's done a long-term review on Chesters, but these right here aren't broke in. Now we also have a Risk headset on this 34 to 34 we talked about. First headset install. Super
and still
interesting.
The same one, right?
Yeah, still the exact same one. That was the first headset we've ever installed. Now, the grand finale before we start doing some work on this bike is going to be the X Fusion Enix RL2. This is a classic fork.
One of our favorites of all time.
This fork is an amazing fork. As soon as we start coming out with reviews and real-time stuff on it and scoring, because we're very scientific here, this thing sold out. And you can no longer get your hands on this thing. Yeah. And this Enix is such a plush fork. I believe was this 140?
No, I think it's a 120.
Is it the 120?
And it became sort of the unicorn fork for a while because you couldn't find one. And I don't know, I mean, now I don't even know if they make them anymore, but.
I think I saw a while back somebody was asking about one, so I was trying to help them find one. Yeah. It was like $269 for an old used one.
I don't know, but man, it's now I don't know how the internals are, but it's been a hell of a fork.
Yeah, really good fork. But yeah, that's pretty much the bike in a whole, guys. A lot of history with this bike. We've got a ProMend saddle on this thing with the original seat post tube, which I believe.
And why isn't there a dropper on that bike?
There's no dropper on this bike because I bent the dropper
twice.
Yeah, and old Captain's Cog, El Capitan, he called me out on that because on the thumbnail picture, the seat post was raised up all the way. That was pretty funny. I don't even know what video that was, but it's a ProMend saddle with the original seat post tube that I have cut down. Very interesting on the GT.
You also broke 5 saddles on that bike.
Yeah, I've been through some saddles because I got steel buns of steel. So anyway, 27.2 on the saddle, on the seat post tube, and this bike is all external. There's no internal routing on this bike. Again, just such a good bike. But good news, we'll be doing a real-time review and just doing a once-over on this bike. And hopefully the Acolyte little group set thing we're looking at doing, changing out jockey wheels, smooths up the shifting. And first, though, I wanted to tack this front wheel. Let's get that done. Let's see if we can actually seal that thing. All right? So that's the once-over, guys, on the GT Aggressor Pro. 6061 aluminum. A lot of memories with this bike. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We got some work to do on this bike, and we got some viewers rides. All right, guys. First thing we're going to do is we're going to
look inside of it and see what kind of
shape it's in. We're gonna see if we can reseal this up.
Oh, good Lord.
And I have never had good luck trying to do it this way. We're going.
Oh boy, this has potential to get all kinds of horrible.
And we're gonna look and see what sealant does.
Yeah.
We're gonna look and see what sealant does. Yeah, look at this. It's pulling the tape is sticking to the rim. Do you guys see that? It's sticking to it.
Look, this is I mean, I think we don't get it like we used to. I think most people finally understand the difference. But when we first started our channel, and we had plans, look, we never planned on once we knew we were doing bikes, we don't ever do anything like, oh, we're just going to have this bike and we're just going to show us, doing riding bikes and stuff. It was never going to be that. It was going to be, well, if we're going to do this, let's do this whole budget. Let's explore this because we had an experience of getting a bike that everyone was said, when we bought the GT, everyone's like, well, don't buy that because you can't upgrade it. And I'm not talking about on YouTube, I'm talking about in person. And then it was like, we started not only doing it, but doing it on a budget. And then the culture started kind of developing around that. And then COVID hit and all that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is people used to be to nauseam. People used to be like, you know, you should go tubeless with any bike we did anything with. You should go tubeless. And it's like when we had like 10 or 12 bikes, there's no way we could go tubeless on all the bikes. It just wasn't feasible.
No.
You know, we only have a handful of bikes that are tubeless, and they're a pain in the butt.
You know what's kind of nice about this stuff is that
Did it dry good?
It has the nastiest smell. It actually, it's still a little damp, but it's the cream by Truckero Company or something like that. Anyway, we've always used this stuff, and this was the first bike we
thought it was great.
I've always been a big believer in it. It's actually not that bad what it did to the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's even. If you guys saw me spreading it, at least it's even spread, so it's not
There's
like
no
a big old
pools
lump.
anywhere in there?
No, there's no pools in there.
What?
So this wheel's going to rotate this way, so we're going to seal it this way.
You don't want to do this on your wheel truing thing?
No, because I want to see it like this. I can't put enough pressure on that stand because it's not meant to lay tape, you know. Neither is this, but don't do this at home. Okay, thank you.
That's. Hope Walt watches this.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's really bad. Like, it's embarrassing. Like that. Like I just got done saying I don't really care that much about what people think on stuff, but I do when it comes to that. That's not a John Cullum approved. That Wolfman has not given his seal of approval. No pun intended.
Hey, it's just the wheel that steers everything. You know?
It's just the workmanship of doing things the wrong way and using the wrong stuff. It just, you know, it's just so weird. We're so much alike. Sometimes it's really scary. And then there's so many things like this that come up where I want to do things right and you want to just do things and it doesn't matter if it's right. That it just, that's the thing that always puzzles me.
All right, well, we're going to move on to Jockey Wheel. This will get filled up. Okay, if it doesn't, turn those notifications on because you'll find out. We might have a tube in this son of a bitch. What we're going to do is we're going to take this whole chain off here. Okay, you don't need a chain whip today. Got some Master Link pliers. Was this the first derailleur that we worked on that actually had a stabilizer on it?
No.
No, we had clutch ones before that.
Mm-hmm. No, you probably don't remember. I think we're talking about your memory.
The Dior, I remember.
The whole debacle of trying to piece together a group set and not, yeah. That's why to this day I go, I like stuff. Everyone went there, oh, well, you can use this with that and that. And I always go, you know, no. Just, no. It's got to be pretty close to a match. It's got to be something that's kind of designed to go together or else I'm just not having it because we've been, but see, that's the difference between me and you and a lot of other people. Generational too. I think I learn from my mistakes and I also learn how things can just not work out and be out money and time. And it's valuable to me.
All right, guys. So here's how the derailleur mounts up here. Here is the B tensioner on this side. If you can see, that guy is stressed all the way out. He's screwed all the way in there, right there, to get the maximum amount of cog clearage. Clearance, thank you. Now here's going to be the jockey wheels. We've got an 11 tooth on this. We have a 12 tooth on this. And let's take over the workbench and we're going to see how
Make sure you do one at a time,
just
please.
wore out these things are.
Are they wore out?
They're pretty wore out. There's a lot of movement. This thing just got a lot of play in it, and I'll show you guys it.
You keep saying it like, is it that much?
There's a lot of play in here, dude. Oh, wow.
Make sure you keep stuff where it goes.
Holy
please.
crap. So look at the design of that. Is there even a bearing in there? It's not even a bearing. It's a bushing that goes inside of a little metal keeper that's in the middle of that jockey wheel. Mm-hmm. Wow. And then two caps.
It's a pretty inexpensive derailleur. I wouldn't expect it to be top of the line.
Wow. And let's see which ones we've got here. We'll try to find these and put these in the film links in the description below. Okay, so the cap just fell off the backside of this one. Is it going to be a bearing? All right, it's a sealed bearing. Look at that. Okay, cool. All right. And what I like is, look at that.
Is that directional?
You know, I don't know. There's a tiny bit of play in there. Not as much as that one, but look how smooth that is.
I think it has to have a tiny bit.
A little bit, yeah. It doesn't look like it's directional. It does look like there's a little bit of narrow wide on the teeth, though. Okay, we're ready to see if she fits. Boom. All right. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice and smooth, and it's aluminum. And there's a tiny bit of wiggle. I just want to make sure we match that chain up with the narrow wide. I wonder if that's interesting. I wonder if that's really going to help keep it on there. Not that we've ever really had a problem with derailments. It'd be pretty hard to derail right there, but what I like is just the idea that that chain's actually going to stay inside that cage. And I hope that bolt fits through it. If not, we'll have to take that keeper out of the other one. Yep, the bolt fits in there. Good.
Yeah, I have no problems with the way that thing comes for the price. Now, if it was a $100 derailleur or something like that, yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
And it's as easy as that.
Are those in there tight?
Ooh, that one's even tighter. Yeah. Nice. All right, so we got a little upgrade on the Acolyte here. Okay, let's reinstall it. Seven.
It needs to be adjusted a little.
6. 5th.
We'll do adjust another
4th.
time.
3rd. 2nd.
Okay, I'm ready.
You need to go first.
Oh, they didn't go to first?
There's first. Go back second. There's just
not used to doing
barely enough room to clear that freaking cog, which is weird with these things. But, I mean, they work.
This thing definitely needs to be tuned a little.
Yeah, we need to grease this chain, too.
Need to grease it, tune it, and we're going to need a new cable on this at some point, too.
I think so.
It's got that hard... I know all the Acolytes have that, but
that
this
real
is
hard
like...
feel.
Yeah, but I think it's extra. Feels extra.
All right. Well, successfully got the jockey wheels changed. Luckily, that's a success on today's episode. Make sure you guys turn those notifications on because we're going to be doing the real-time review on this thing and talking about the group set mainly, but talking about this bike as a whole. It's been a really long time. I'm going to try to get back to that front tire, and we've got some viewers' rides coming up. Old school. Let's do some viewers' rides. Chuck, thanks for sending this stuff. All right, guys, here we go with a little bit of viewers' rides. All right, we ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to look.
All right, have a look-see. Let's go.
Okay, well...
First ride.
Yeah.
You know what kind of bike that is?
That frame design looks an awful like an Ardor.
No. Well, you're close. It is a Mongoose switchback.
Okay. Yeah, I think that... I mean, it looks like a Mongoose frame. So I'm getting those lines.
Yeah, it's definitely a Mongoose frame. That's Tyler Ferguson's Mongoose switchback comp, which we have. We have the comp and we have the expert. Okay. He's got an SR Suntour Pixen 120.
I can see that.
Good fork. We've got that fork.
We do.
And he's got American Classic Vulcanite tires, 29 by 2.5.
Those are good tires.
So he must be...
He must watch our channel.
Yeah, he must be a bigger guy too because that bike only comes with a 29 whenever I think you go to large. Is that right, Tyler? Let us know.
I think it was medium.
It might be medium.
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe not.
Maybe no, you're right. You're right. Medium. So it must be a medium or bigger. He must be a little bit bigger of a rider. He's got the Shimano.
Well, compared to you, everybody's a bigger rider.
Shimano MT200 hydraulic brakes. He's got an Acolyte and he's got an IXF and a Wake 780 bar. Is that not a Wolf Tick Videos upgraded bike?
That's a Wolf Tick build all day long.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now Tyler, you should.
Is he happy with it?
I don't know. He should. He was a man of little words.
No.
Tyler, you should have taken some other pictures of it because I want to see what all you got going on.
One Shot Johnson?
The One Shot Johnson. That's it.
Oh.
I know.
I want to see more.
Me too.
I like the combos.
Yeah,
I mean, that's definitely something we'd build.
That's such a good-looking bike. I like the blue bar.
It's good-looking, it's budget, and it's probably very well functional.
The red pedals.
Yeah, I love it. You got to have something to set it off.
Yep. Tyler Ferguson, thank you for sending in a viewer's ride bike. Yeah, it matches the little rebound knob on there. All right, you ready for the second bike?
I am.
This,
that's a good. You probably shouldn't have started with that one.
Andrew Calhoun. Bam!
Oh,
look at that.
Oh man! Again,
that's sick.
I mean, I'm looking at this going. Wait up now. Did we build that?
Is that
because I mean that's something we would do. That's great.
This is Andrew Calhoun's Ozark Trail, his Monster Cross build. It's such a good-looking Ozark Trail. Look at that. He's got a new fork on there. I don't know if it's... He didn't really... It
looks carbon.
It looks carbon, exactly. I think that's carbon. Andrew, let us know in the comments if that's a carbon build or a carbon
I
frame.
love the red hub right there.
Fork. Yeah, the red hub looks really good with the red crankset.
I love the red crankset, and he's got the red water bar.
Oh, look at that! It's a buckless wheel set.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, so he does have. He's got some Maxxis gumwall wheels on there.
Yeah, man. Again, this is. People get us.
I'm curious if he's. I don't know. Look at the width of the bars back on the front shot. I think that's the stock bar. I'm going to go with the stock bar on that.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's a stock bar, but pretty much everything else.
Most people have a problem with. You seem to think. I think you just don't know gravel bikes too good.
I don't.
You know, but
I mean, those things. That's a really good looking bike.
yeah, looks cool.
Yeah, I like that a
Looks
lot.
fun.
Andrew, thank you so much for sending us the pictures and such a good little backdrop there out in the country.
Yeah, we're country people.
All right, next we have got, this guy's been a viewer of the channel for a minute.
Okay.
All right. This is old Dan Webb.
Oh,
all right. Now he
Dan
sent us a
Webb.
few pictures. So he's telling everybody.
UKer.
He's a UKer. He's been telling everybody in the UK, hey, watch Wolf Tick videos. He's trying to get them to subscribe. He is definitely one of the lovers of the channel. He decided, he's got a whole bunch of different bikes, but he wanted to send us his Specialized Crave bike that he restored. So it's a Specialized Craze. Okay. Dan Webb.
Craze?
A Craze.
Okay.
So that's number one. Okay.
All right, that's the before.
That's the before. Now we're going to go with during.
Oh, okay.
There we go. You got a little primer shot on it. Okay. Kept the, looks like he kept the crankset in there. Make sure he didn't get anything gummed up. Same with the,
you mean the bearing or
the bottom bracket.
bottom bracket? I mean?
Yeah, he got that sucker in there. Good looking frame.
Yeah.
All right. And then, boom.
Oh,
look at the color.
Oh, that color.
Color's beautiful. Very smart man. You know what else he
Say
did?
plum crazy.
Very smart man. He also put some, looks like some bolts where the brake tabs are. He put some bolts in there. Make sure you don't get those
Yeah, you don't
those
get
threads all
all
nasty.
full of paint. No.
All right. You ready for number 3?
I am.
And let me see here.
Well, hang on real quick. Can we acknowledge the speaker box in the back?
Oh, that is number 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's up with the speaker box?
Yeah, I want to know more about the speaker
There's
box.
another bike back there. And boom, there it is, all done.
There we go.
Very good looking.
I like the purple to silver and red.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah.
That's a RockShox fork.
Is that RockShox?
Yeah, that's a RockShox fork. It looks like an old
Are you
school
sure
fork.
it's RockShox?
Yeah, it's a RockShox fork. I think.
I don't think RockShox.
I don't know if they did stanchions like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But look at that. You can even see his little rotor upgrade. He's got some red matching on there. Oh, with his little red spacers up there. I like the red. It's like old school, man.
Yeah.
Looks very good. And then he wanted to send some more pictures of his buddies. All right.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if this is a bad word or not, but this is Frank and Bianca. There's some nutters from the UK. UK nutters.
They're nutters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what is? Can we say that? Because apparently we can't call them wankers.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're not wankers.
Okay.
They're nutters, though. So they are there. She's
Don't those go hand in hand?
she's enjoying a beverage.
Yeah,
and then
I'm all for
hopefully there's some subscribers to the channel because they're definitely out there riding. Look at the bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Enjoying some sun there.
I don't think they get a lot of that there.
I don't think they do either. But old Dan Webb, Bianca.
They're probably going, what is this light?
Bianca and Frank. Appreciate you guys. That's a trippy looking trail, man. Where's Polalis at? He's probably back there somewhere.
I don't think Polalis is in the UK. I think he's in Oregon.
The very cool looking, Specialized Crave. All right, now you will really enjoy this next one. Everybody will, because it is a kid's bike. Look at that. This is going to be Husky.
I like the fork.
Husky did this build for his son, for Noah.
Yeah, okay.
So this is Noah's Mongoose Boundary.
I think we have that fork right there.
Yeah. This is a drunken eBay purchase.
Okay.
He got the frame for super cheap, or I don't know if it was a bike, but he did total wolf grade upgrades on this thing. So he's got, it's a 10-speed Dior, Ally Express 152mm cranks for Noah. Okay. This bike is set up, it's supposed to be a 75 frame, or a 27.5 frame, but he put 26ers on there with big old chunky tires, he said.
Yeah.
Let's see, I got another picture here.
You know, he gave me I got a really good term to use to define you.
Oh, what is it?
Drama llama.
Drama llama.
Yeah. Husky's a big Ramblin' Wolfman supporter.
Yes,
well.
he is. Yes, he is. 720 bars, Suntour NX fork. I'm curious on the brakes. Yeah, it looks like he's got some MT200s on there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Another picture there. Look at that thing. That's a sweet looking build.
Absolutely.
All right, he saved on some weight with the carbon fiber spacer.
What is that? What does it say on there?
That's his boundary.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the stem. And then, let's see where we at with the fourth picture here.
That's a cool frame design.
Yeah, and then he's got an Acolyte group set.
Oh, good
Hey,
group set.
so Noah, if you're having problems with your plastic, jockey wheels,
I don't think that's a thing.
get you some aluminum ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could, but I don't think we rode that one for almost 5 years.
Yeah, you're gonna be on that bike for a minute. I don't know how tall he is now, but what's cool about that, he's run 26ers.
Young Noah's probably grown a lot since we've seen pictures.
Yeah, and since he's running 26ers, I mean, whenever he gets bigger, see, old Husky was really smart with it because he can go, we'll just get you a 27.5 wheel set and we'll up the bike for it instead of having to get a new frame. So very cool. Really cool looking color. Very nice
Yeah,
build.
I like the color is different. It's not something you see every day.
For sure. But old Husky, we can look at the camera now.
Oh.
Husky, thank you for sending us the pictures. Where you at? There?
Whoa.
There you are. There you are. You're
Yeah,
good.
I'm good. I'm just getting turned around.
Yeah, very cool. So, viewers rides, thank you guys, all the viewers out
Yes.
there, subscribers, lovers of the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for sticking around on some viewers rides. We went old school with it today with the GT.
I really all I had to add to it pretty much was, hey, it's something we'd build.
Yeah, every one of those bikes.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. It warms my heart. Like, I love it when we're filming somewhere and someone comes up with a bike that's something like we would build, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I watch your channel all the time." And it's like we look at the bike and like, obviously,
I never forgot that. Forget that one time the guy came up with the R-door.
Oh, the guy when he chased us down.
Yeah, he had it strapped to the back of his van. He was like, "Dude," he's like, "I love your guys' channel. I got the R-door just because you guys had it. It was total wolf ticked out. I wish we would have recorded
awesome.
that, but
I know.
All right, guys. Well, everybody on Viewers Rides, if you have a ride that you want to share with the wolf tick guys over here, you can send it to viewersrides@yahoo.com. Check out the affiliate links in the description below. You guys want to buy us coffee, become a patron, show us some love. PayPal.
If you can handle adult language and themes.
Very cool. But we will catch you guys on the next episode. We appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah.
Hit that notification on. See what we do with this GT.
Yeah.